Hi class, in this video we're going to be talking about how to calculate for power. So power is represented by the letter P and it's measured in watts, which is represented by W. To calculate for power, I take my current and I multiply it by my voltage. Voltage is represented with V and it's measured in volts, which is also represented with V. Current is represented with the letter I and it's measured in amps, which is represented by the letter A. And if I have current and voltage, I can find power. However, if I'm looking for current and I have power and I have voltage, I can find current. And if I'm looking for voltage, but I have power and current, I can find the voltage by just applying the calculations. So in this example here that's already done for us, it tells us a hairdryer has a power rating of 1000 watts. Since I know it's met in the units of W, I know that's power already. It is plugged into a 120 V outlet. Now, since it's represented by V, I know this is voltage. And now it says here, I'm looking for current. So in this case here, since I'm looking for current, I would equal to P divided by V. And I would just apply the calculations just like they have it here. So since my power is 1000 watts, I divide it by my voltage, which is 120 volts. Upon doing so, I'm going to get an answer of 8.3 repeating amps, just like how the calculation did it here. However, they just rounded. So now let's go over some examples that aren't done for us. So for example 1, what is the power of a device? So since they asked me what the power is, I know I have P here for power. What is the power of a device that uses a current of 3 amps? Since I see the 3 amps, I know that represents I, and operates at a 12 V, which is 12 volts. So I know I have volts. So right now, here's what I like to do. I like to write down what I have and what I don't have and what I'm looking for. In this case, I have current. It's represented by I equals to 3A. And I have voltage, which is represented by 12 volts. And what I'm looking for is power, because they asked me what the power is, but I don't know what it is yet. But now that I have my my current and my voltage, I can find power because the formula for power is current multiplied by voltage. In this case, my current is 3 amps and my voltage is 12 volts. So I can just multiply them together. And upon doing so, I'm going to get 36 watts, which is going to be my power. Now for question 2, it says a light bulb has a power rating of 60 watts. So I know that's my power. And it is connected to a 120 volt source. So that's my voltage. And what is the current? So what current does the light bulb draw? So I'm looking for current. So now in this case, power equals to 60 watts. Voltage equals to 120 volts. So I'm just looking for my current. Now the formula for current would be, if I rearrange this with some mathematics, I get I equals to P divided by V. In this case, my power is going to be 60 watts and my voltage is 120 volts. Now I just compute this. 60 divided by 120 is 0.5, and this would be 0.5 A for amps. And that's going to be my current. Just going to redraw that here so it looks a bit better. Okay. Now, question 3, a heater uses a 800 watt of power. So I know that this is power and I have it. And it draws a current of 4000 milliamps. So I have current. What voltage is the heater connected to? So I'm looking for voltage, it looks like. So let's write down what I have first. Power equals to 800 watts. And current equals to 4000 milliamps. And then voltage equals to, well, I don't know, but that's what I'm going to look for. So in this case, the formula for voltage would be power divided by current. My power is 800 watts, and my current is going to be 4000 milliamps. Now, however, I can't just divide 800 by 4000 because my current isn't in my base unit. my base unit should be in amps, but right now I have milliamps. So we have to use the hint that we have here, or we don't have to use the hint, but we're given the hint, so let's kind of just look at the hint. 1000 milliamps equals to 1 amp. So if I have 4000 milliamps, that means it actually equals to 4 amps, right? So now that I have the same base units, now I can divide them. So I divide 800 by 4, and that gets me 200. And this would be 200 volts.